From deep in the irradiated wastes of the Mojave Desert, it's James Robertson and Michael Smith with That Podcast, a Fallout New Vegas gameplay diary.
Now, I had a different experience to you, James, in the Ultra Luxe.
Oh, well, almost everybody will have a different experience in the Ultra Luxe.
I don't think everybody went in shooting.
It was interesting. I mean, I actually found it was a quite an interesting challenge, that one. Getting around the different areas without getting into a huge firefight. There were so many different ways to complete this mission. Yeah, there was one option to create some meat that tasted like human meat. Have people eat the meat, and then the bad guy would reveal, saying, you ate human meat, and then you would double reveal, no, it was fake meat, and he would get kicked out. I didn't do that. I just rescued the kid and got him out of there, which meant killing the chef.
Right.
So that was really interesting. What I did was I discovered that there was someone who went missing like a week before.
Right.
And I went to the inspector's room. He was dead. I got jumped on by some goons, killed them, took their uniforms, so now I could blend in. And then I went to meet the guy he was going to meet up with, and that was the guy who was roaming around without the mask.
Right.
So he's the informant. So then I find out that the guy behind it all is actually the guy at the front desk.
Right.
So I went up to him and I said, isn't human meat tasty? And he's like, yeah. And so we became best buddies, and he gave me the keys to everything, and then I went and rescued the kid. And then I had to convince the kid's dad, Ted, not to kill everyone, just to kill the people that were responsible.
Right. Well, I was able to convince him of that pretty easily. Of course, I had the amusing thing of you can strike up a deal with the Ultra Luxe to ship them your Brahmin meat. Of course, I had killed everybody there, so I wasn't sure who he was going to deal with.
Well, it doesn't matter which way you end it. The main players of that quest all disappear. Even the person in charge of the Ultra Luxe disappears.
Okay.
Even if you make sure she's not going to be one of the ones killed, she still disappears.
Well, I made sure they all disappeared. Did you go through it pretty much the same way Michael did, Maki?
Well, that's the thing. Although I'd kind of figured out something weird was going on there, I hadn't gone around looking for quests in there, because when I got to the strip, everybody and their brother wanted me to do a quest, and it's like, whoa, too much. Running away from you now.
You know, I found something really strange today. I went to H&H Tools.
Did you find all the weird log entries?
No, I found something even more interesting than that. Up in the manager's room, there's a computer there which has an override for the Lucky 38.
Yeah.
What does that do?
I did that, and I'm not sure what it does. I think it actually helps you set up to be the person who... I was assuming that helps set you up for being the person who is taking over the strip instead of Mr. House. Maybe
that stops the Securitrons from attacking you, because when I did it, I just sort of jumped past their fire and jumped around them in circles until I finally got into Mr. House's room. Maybe if I'd gone to H&H first and disabled the security, then I wouldn't have needed to do that.
No, I don't think so, because I went there first. Not sure.
So I have no idea what that's for then.
I have no idea. It didn't help me much. I'm actually much further than that, though. I've actually gotten on track with the main plot now. I have been helping the New California Republic out by Hoover Dam.
Oh, you're out there, huh? Okay, well, I'm actually just finally met up with the Great Khans. They're the last of the tribes I had to meet up with.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to try and convince them not to go with the Legion.
Right. Now, you've met them. Now, I had already had the bad run-in with them at Boulder City, where I ended up shooting them all to rescue the two captives. Right, so when
they didn't like you to begin with?
Okay, well, I was listed as vilified. Now, it's interesting, even though they listed me as vilified, I was able to go through the Great Khan camp without them shooting at me. They just didn't seem that friendly. So I didn't really have any trouble. Now, I finished that same point earlier today where I was supposed to get the Great Khans out of the way. I mean, of course, Captain Moore, the woman out at, if you're doing that quest for Captain Moore at Hoover Dam, she just wants you to kill everybody who's in the way.
Yeah.
So, but there is a way of talking your way out of that. It's just a little harder if you end up getting on the con's bad side like I did.
Well, I mean, since we're talking about Hoover Dam, when you dealt with the Brotherhood of Steel, did you go for the rangefinder for the remote ability to activate Helios 1's Archimedes?
I turned on Helios 1, but I didn't do anything for Helios 1 for the Brotherhood. I told them that it was a power plant and wasn't interesting for them.
Because when you take Felicia Day back there after visiting Vault 3, she has the option to try and convince them of her way of thinking, and you can go and find one of the pieces of technology. There was like an agriculture thing.
Yeah.
There was the rangefinder, which gives you the remote shooting of Helios 1's Archimedes. And there was some other
The pulse gun.
pre-war
the pulse
weapon.
gun.
Yeah.
And I picked the pulse gun. I told them that Helios was just a power plant and they didn't need to worry about it. I thought the agriculture thing sounded dull, so I was dumb enough to pick the pulse gun. Now, the problem with that is that sends you to Vault 34.
I think they all send you to Vault 34. Except maybe the rangefinder doesn't, but because the agriculture took me to Vault 34 as well, where all the plants are.
No, that's
Well,
22
right.
where the plants are.
22 is where the plants are. 34 is the one that's irradiated through and through.
Yeah, I stumbled
Okay, so I
across
went to
34 by
22.
accident. It's like, okay, I'm coming back here when I have about 20 Rad-X and Radaway and like
And you also want a radiation suit.
Yes.
The Brotherhood safe house puts the word safe in, not safe at all. Getting to the Brotherhood safe house, there are so many DeathClaws along the way.
Great. I didn't find the safe house. I just did the thing through Vault 34 that Maki ran away from. I had my radiation suit. I had to restore from one save and go back because a ghoul destroyed my radiation suit and I ran out of both Rad-X and Radaway before I was through with it.
Well, the reason I went for the agriculture thing is because Felicia Day convinced me that it would be a good idea to get the Brotherhood to
Self-sufficient.
help people in the land instead of being insular. So I thought, okay, we'll go do the agriculture thing. When we finally came back, he was like, no, that's not what we're ever going to do, sorry.
Yeah, but that's because you put Hardin on the throne.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kept Elder McNamara. He's more reasonable.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So does he open up the doors?
Open up which door?
Because he's shut everybody out.
Oh, yeah,
remember?
he opened up the door for us, yeah. No problem at all. And at the end, there's a point where when you're doing things for Captain Moore, Colonel Moore out at Hoover Dam, she wants you to go and shoot up the Brotherhood of Steel and slaughter them all because they're nothing but a problem. And one of the conversation options, which is the one I wanted to answer, was something like, "Are you serious? You want me to go in and take out the Brotherhood of Steel?" You know, me and my little stupid combat armor. You want me to shoot up the guys in power armor? That'll work.
Well, I'll tell you all about that because I got Vance's SMG. After Felicia Day realized that there was no way she was going to fit in with the Brotherhood, I said, you know what, you should join the Apocalypse.
Did you take her to the Apocalypse followers' place?
I
And did you find them all vaporized?
No.
No.
I said, okay, she wants to join. They said, we'll come back tomorrow.
Right, and you come back tomorrow and they're vaporized.
Yeah, they're dead. And there were three Brotherhood of Steel guys there to kill us.
Yes.
And I went Jean-Luc Picard on their ass with the SMG. And that is a great weapon. Very good.
Which weapon?
The Vance's SMG.
Oh yeah, I love that gun, although I'm more partial to the sniper rifle myself.
It shoots through the ammo so fast.
Oh yeah, it does. But I still like the sniper rifle a lot.
Yeah. So you had the same thing? You took Felicia Day to the Followers
Yeah, I
of the
did,
Apocalypse?
and then I took her back after the day wait passed because so-and-so wasn't there, and then they were all dead, and then I had to slaughter them, yes.
So where are you up to, Maki?
I'm up to the wandering bit, where I've been. I'm actually trying to clean out Vault 3, and even with myself and two companions, I've had to make at least one trip back up and dump a bunch of stuff in the dumpster by the door.
Oh, this is the
Fiends?
Fiends,
Yes.
right? There's an easy way to go through that, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so you just deliver drugs.
yeah.
What
I'm
you do is
delivering
you
drugs,
say, yeah.
but I'm just. I've had to deal with them enough times. I'm just like, oh, whatever.
See, now the easy way is you say you're going to sell drugs, go to the bottom, and start killing them from the bottom up.
Yeah, that's what I did. But I can't seem to find the quest where the McCarran asked me to do it. I know they asked me to do it, but I can't see. Maybe it's just a note.
I don't remember how they asked me to do it. They asked me to do it at some point, yeah.
No, I went there because I was getting those parts for the Brotherhood for their air filter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that hasn't happened. That quest has never come up for me.
That's because you
with,
don't have
Harden.
McNamara.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Harden, yeah. So that turned out to be a big mistake by the sounds of
It
it.
sounds like it, yes.
But, McNamara just didn't sound like a good guy. He was closing the doors on
I don't
everyone.
know if he's closing the doors, but he could be maybe talked out of it, whereas Harden was just like, "Rawr, I should rule, rawr." Kind
I
of.
think you're going to find it was a bigger mistake later if you decide to side with the NCR and you want to get the Brotherhood to either be on the side of the NCR or neutral, and Harden will probably tell you to stuff it.
Yep.
Yeah, I expect he'll stay out of the fight.
Well, I was able to get the Brotherhood on my side and fight with the NCR.
Yeah, it seems like, McNamara may not be making the best decisions right now. He's the more reasonable of the two.
Yeah.
I won't too late.
Now, has anybody else cleared the DeathClaws out of the quarry?
Yeah, right. DeathClaws. Haha.
Speaking of game crashes, I've actually had some game crashes now, and they're in the variety of just complete lockups. So I had that glitch before with Felicia Day where she went through the door and the conversation didn't start. Did we talk about that in the last episode? Okay, good. Now I've had a few situations where the game just freezes, and I think it might actually be due to Steam, because I had a freeze that came back alive just recently, and a Steam pop-up message popped up.
What do you mean, theme pop-up message?
Well, basically, when you're in-game on PC games with Steam, you can press a key combination and send messages to friends.
Those kinds of... Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and so somebody, a message about an event for another game popped up. But it was after a long pause, and that was the same sort of long pause I've seen when it has crashed. And it's crashed about 3 times on me now. So not related to any content or anything like that, or any particular place on the map, just a pure crash. Not even really time-based, I don't leave the game running for 8 hours at a time like some people.
Yeah, I've had one crash on the Xbox, and that was it. Now, getting back to the quarry, though, so you haven't gone through there, Michael. Maki, have you tried to clear out the quarry?
No, after that last experience I had with DeathClaws, I haven't gone back, because I really haven't upgraded my weapons that much.
I'm ready to go back.
So.
Okay.
I'm ready to go back.
If you clear out Vault 34, and you get to the end of it, you'll find that there's some C4 there.
Ooh.
I bought some C4, and I want to blow up the Northern Passage.
Well, I'll tell you that if you have the C4, it makes the thing against the DeathClaws easier, because the way I did the whole thing with the DeathClaws is you'll notice that there's a rise over to the right, and you go up the you can go up the rise. And
yeah, the only way to kill DeathClaws I've seen is to pretty much snipe them.
Right, that's what I was doing, sniping them with my sniper rifle. And
I'm using the Q35.
Okay, but either way, I was sniping them with the sniper rifle because I could keep a much greater distance from them. And there's a point, though, where like 3 of the maps come after you because they're just out of range, out of sight, but then they see you and they all come at once. And I blew them away by setting a kill zone with the C4. And then after that, I kept going around that ridge around the top, and then I sniped the alpha male and the matriarch.
So have you gone to the Northern Passage yet?
I don't even know what the Northern Passage is.
Okay, because there's a grave there, and you need a shovel for it. And I don't know where the shovel is yet. But
in Good Springs, I heard somebody say.
There's a couple of places
actually,
I've been
the
told
Prospector.
I need a shovel to dig something, and I've never seen a shovel.
Yeah, the Prospector, that's a good point. So I think maybe buried in the grave is some C4, but there's all these rocks blocking off the Northern Passage, so I would love to blow that up. So I bought some C4, and I'm going to go back there and see if I can blow that up.
Okay. I just did it the hard way by sniping them one by one. Now, then, I was trying, you mentioned the Great Khans earlier. One of the things you have to do is also get the Great Khans out of the way for the NCR battle with the Legion, because the Khans are going to side with the Legion, and you have to talk them out of it. And the easiest way to talk them out of it is to approach some of the more prominent women in the Khans and mention to them, you do know that you'll become slaves.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that the guy from the Legion there is telling all the women that the women are highly revered or whatever.
No, they're not.
So it's they're just slaves.
Well, actually, there's a fascinating conversation you can have with Carl to embarrass him in front of the big bad Khan guy. You can engage him in conversation, ask him why he hasn't joined the Khans since he's such a great warrior. And after you push his buttons long enough, he'll burst out that these guys are scum. They wouldn't stand up to the smallest legionary. And then the Khan guys all pull out their weapons and lay waste to him.
Yeah, I think I really there's no way you can ever get to the bottom of what happened between the Khans and the NCR that day, and it's a real shame because they're clearly good warriors, and if the only reason they're in the drug trade is because they're outcasts.
Now, you didn't have the bad experience with the Khans at Boulder City, so have you had that set of conversations with them? Were you able to get them to side with the NCR, or is the best they do to back off?
No, I'm in the process of doing that mission right now, so I haven't achieved it yet, but I'm pretty confident I'll be able to get them to join NCR.
See, now I managed to get them to just back off and leave, but that's because I went into the Khans vilified, and by the time I convinced them that siding with the Legion was a bad idea, I'd moved myself all the way up to Merciful Thug.
I'm looking forward to playing the game through on the Legion side, but I'm also curious to see if it's possible to win it without siding with NCR or Legion.
That would be tough.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Because, I mean, it seems to me that the whole endgame is premised off you siding with one or the other.
What I don't quite understand is, so there's the mission where you've got to go around and meet everyone. You don't really have to, but it's like optional. Go back to the yes man and say you're going to ignore blah.
Right.
Ignore them for what? What does he mean by ignore? Does that mean you're not going to kill them, or you are going to kill them?
I don't know.
I think, at least from what I've seen from people who have finished it, I think there's an independent ending that has you supporting none of them that has to do with Yes Man.
Oh.
Yeah. And I that's kind of the path I'm heading down right now. And it looks as though I think ignore means that I'm not going to send any of my super robots after them. Because I've got a whole factory of the super robots just rearing to go. So I have to go to these different factions and decide which ones I'm going to
Wait a minute.
spare.
When you say you have a factory of super robots, what do you mean?
The base underneath the Legion's fort.
Right.
That's producing robots.
Is it?
I left it producing robots. I didn't blow it up.
How did you leave it producing robots?
Well, I didn't blow it up. Did you blow it up?
No, I didn't blow it up. Does it just start producing robots on its own?
It's one of the options that you install the upgrade and...
It may have to do whether you have the
away you
chip
go.
or not.
I had the chip. I just don't remember how I answered those questions now.
Well, you may too have a robot army at yourself.
I think that's the independent path right there, is to have those robots.
Okay.
I did give the chip to House, but my quest with Yes Man is still active, so he may still have his backdoor into the system and can take him over.
Oh, so you sided with House.
I didn't know what to do. I felt kind of weird carrying around that chip all the time after I killed Benny. I was like, what if somebody else knows I have the chip? Then they're going to send something else after me. Here, have the chip. Get it away from me. Bad luck.
Now, Michael, you left him alive. I left him alive, although the radio station says he's dead.
Yeah, well, he's effectively dead. It was a pretty nasty way to keep him alive, I would say.
Yeah, it's not nice.
Yeah, I had fun using the Black Widow thing to get him alone. And you don't actually have to do the deed with him. You can just go, yeah, sucker, I got you. Die.
I did kill him once with the flamethrower, and then this game told me I had earned negative karma, and I decided, no, you know what, I'll take the other option, leave him alive. And then it still told me I had lost karma.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a few missions I got a lot of missions going at once at this point, and so I'm definitely traveling around. Have either of you ventured into that irradiated town to find out what the Legion did there?
Oh, God, the one down south, Searchlight?
Yeah, I
couldn't get out of there fast enough.
I circled around the south and went to their airport, which wasn't irradiated, but yeah. I figured I needed to come back there kind of like with Vault 34 with a rad suit and a big supply of meds.
My game plan here is to get to level 30 character and do every side quest possible before I go to the finale.
See, now I went through Searchlight with this. When I first went in and it was irradiated, I thought, okay, there won't be that much radiation. And then I started running into the ghoulified NCR troopers. And then it just got worse and worse from there. It just went downhill. I barely got out of that town in one piece because I just ran from one end to the other.
Yeah, I got close enough and it started doing a hazy thing, and I said, wait, this reminds me of Megaton after you blow it up.
Yeah.
And it kept getting worse.
I should have thought of that.
And I was like, okay, no. Yeah, I wanted to see, I was just following, I kind of did this in Fallout 3 where I just followed the highways to see if there was anything interesting along the way. And that's what I was kind of doing, and that goes right through Searchlight, but I couldn't go through Searchlight because of the radiation.
Well, you can. You just don't feel very well afterwards.
Oh, no.
And there are a whole heck of a lot of ghoulified NCR troopers in there. If you go through it, not only do you come out with serious radiation poisoning, and, there's no wire to give you a reward for it, you also end up getting attacked by a whole vast number of NCR ghouls who are well armed.
Yeah, even just skirting it, I was getting some of those guys.
Yeah. It's just bad. There might be something useful in that town, but I sure wasn't going to go find it.
Yeah, I'll come back when my supplies are bigger. And where did you find a sniper rifle?
Oh goodness, where did I find it? I found one early in the game and it broke on me. And then when I finally had enough caps, I went to the gun runners, and if you have a serious amount of caps, it cost me like 2,000 caps to buy another sniper rifle.
Oh.
So I bought a second sniper rifle from the gun runners, and it came to me in pristine condition. Then I kept the crappy one around to repair it with when it degraded. I don't remember where I found the first one, but if you have a couple thousand caps built up, just go to the gun runners.
Speaking of caps, I found out that there's a reason you don't want to kill house early, because if you turn the snow globes into Jane, it's just insane. I had like 4 of them, and I got 8,000 caps.
Yes, my daughter has learned that. She's decided that she's not going to do what I did early, because if you can find the snow globes, you can make serious money out of them.
Yeah, that has jumped. I mean, because of that and all the trading I've been doing, because I've been hauling crap out of places, I've actually got 22,000 caps.
Oh, jeez. Well, so you should go to the gun runners definitely.
Yeah. I just hadn't randomly had the sniper rifle pop up in their list of things.
Actually, if you have that kind of caps, you should go to them and buy the combat armor, because until you do the only way to get better armor than the combat armor is if you tell McNamara that you want to be a member of the Brotherhood of Steel. And the reason you would tell him that is there's one final mission he'll have you do that involves going back to Black Mountain and putting a bug on some of the equipment there. And once you do that, you can get the power armor and the power armor training. And now you mentioned...
How many caps do you have?
How many what?
22,000.
I've got 5,000.
Yeah, we were just talking about snow globes.
Yes, you need the snow globes. And you need House
Why?
a lot, because House's house girl will pay you 2,000 caps per snow globe.
Wouldn't you want to keep them yourself?
No, it puts it in your room with the Lucky 38 on a display in there.
Even if you sell it to her?
I think so.
Oh. So it's not like Lincoln's tidbits from Fallout 3, where you'd want to keep them all yourself, or you could sell them for a pittance to the collector.
No, these are 2,000 per.
And you get to keep them. Great.
Effectively, yeah. It's serious money. And if I had this, when I play it again, I will not be getting rid of House early.
Why?
Because it's too valuable. I want to be able to sell that. I want to be able to make that kind of money.
Jane's still there.
Yeah, but I don't know that she'll. Well, maybe I could try to sell them to her. I don't know. I don't think I killed Jane.
I don't think that would change it. Maybe it does.
I have no idea. I haven't gone back to check it out. Don't know.
Yeah, the second time I played Fallout 3 through, I went melee heavy, and I think I'll try that with this one as well.
Well, melee is certainly more useful because there's so many places you go where they just tell you that you can't take your guns.
Well, you've got, at least at the casinos, there's some weapons that are holdout weapons. There's the Silence 22, a knife.
Protection guy.
What's the other one? Oh, Love and Hate, the unique Knuckles. That's actually what I ended up killing Benny with.
Right, but you still have to have melee skills.
No, my melee wasn't that great, but those Knuckles, because they're uniques, do a lot of damage.
Okay. I didn't find those till later on anyway, after the point where they were useful. Now, has anybody else gotten the quest from the stuff from the Omertas at Gamora?
I've got a couple from them, but I'm still not quite sure what I want to do with that group because they're kind of freaky.
Well, I got the quest to go see what they were up to from the NCR, and there's 2 different ways you can run that. There's a guy you can work with more or less with the NCR, and then there's a group. Or you can screw him over and basically work with the Omertas. And if I actually went back on the save after I thought I had screwed that up because I'm playing this guy to work with the NCR, and it looked like if I ran down the wrong path, I was going to end up becoming a terrorist.
The Legion has a spy planted in Gamera as well.
Yeah. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I'm about to go find that out. And basically, I said, oh yeah, I'll go check up on your spy for you. It's a woman. But really, when I get there, I'm just going to kill her.
Yeah, thanks for telling me who to kill.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're playing Michael so that you can come out as like the independent person, it sounds like. And Maki, are you siding with the NCR, or what are you doing?
I'm doing it like I tend to do in first time through when I'm playing in an RPG, and I don't really know who to side with, so I just keep going back and forth and trying to keep everybody happy. Well, except the Legion, they can just die. Yeah, sorry, treatment of women, yeah, that pretty much ruins me wanting to help you. Because I am playing a female character too, so...
I was talking to my daughter about that this afternoon. She's playing a female character, and she said that she couldn't figure out why, if you were playing a female character, you would ever be interested in siding with the Legion.
Exactly.
Crazy. You could play a crazy character.
I guess.
Yeah, I got shot in the head, so...
Yeah, the latest quest that the NCR has given me is to go find the Legate. And if you look at the map where they put you, you have to wander deep, deep, deep into Legion territory. And I have no frickin' clue how I'm going to get there in one piece.
Boon.
Why do you want to get to the Legate? You don't have to kill him, because in the final battle at Hoover Dam, if you've got high enough speech and butter, you can convince him to not fight.
Well, no, all I'm saying is the mission I've gotten is to go kill the Legate.
Yeah, I wouldn't kill him, because you're better off getting him to surrender at the dam at the end.
Okay, I don't know how you even know that. How do you know that?
The Wikia.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to stay out of that so I don't spoil myself.
That's actually not entirely true, because I started talking to all the people at the Legion camp about him, and it started to piece together. I was like, oh, you know what, I might be able to turn this guy. So I went to the wiki to find out where is he, so that I can go talk to him and turn him. And it turns out, yeah, you can turn him, but you have to wait till the final battle to do it.
Well, yeah, because he's on the dark side of the moon. I don't know how I'm even going to get there. I don't know if I can get there, because it looks like the only way across is if I hadn't wiped out the people at the cove, I might have been able to get a boat across there. But that was that I did. And
you can't just swim over?
I don't know. I don't know how. Maybe I could. I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe the boat will still work with you by yourself.
Yeah, maybe. I have to go look.
Yeah, but that'll take you to the fort. You probably don't want that.
I don't want to go to the fort. I thought at one point about trying to do the same thing at the fort I did at Vault 3 with the Fiends, and I thought, they look tougher than Vault 3.
I think when you get to level 30, you'll probably be able to handle it, but until then, maybe not so much.
It might be fun just to try.
As long as you have a pre-try save lying around.
It can't be as bad as the DeathClaws.
Oh my god. And as you're on your way to the Great Khan's encampment, there's one Great Khan encampment, and not the big one, but when you're on that quest...
Yeah, the makeshift one near Good Springs.
Right, well, there's a whole bunch of DeathClaws on the way to that, because the only way to approach that camp is from the north. I tried getting there from the Big Cross and a bunch of other places near it. You can't get there from the south. You can only get to it from the north.
No, I got there from the south, but the DeathClaws came running up to me and killed me.
Yeah, well, I sniped them from a distance.
Yeah.
I just waited until the dog barked, and as soon as the dog barked, I sniped the bastards.
Oh, I finally got Eddie back. I got Eddie's upgraded now. He does more damage.
See, I never went back for Eddie. The dog is useful.
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't have any melee skills, so I have the dog and I have Veronica. And they run up to everything and start punching or biting, and I just stand back with my sniper rifle.
Yeah, I actually have my characters further back because, let's just say, the Flamer and Companions don't mix. And I really like the Flamer.
Sometimes even the Plasma Rifle and Companions don't mix. Whoops, sorry I headshot you, Moon.
Yeah, that happens.
Well, I think on that note, bit of happy times.
Yep, here we go. Got feedback? Send it to jarober@gmail.com or visit the website at jarober.com/blog/fnv.ssp.